Listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all real quick. Hold on for a minute, wait a minute, hold on, wait, shout out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Your boy just got back from the dealer. Had to work on that car for a minute. So, you know, it is what it is. It's a little bit of drama going on, some stuff going on, but let's get started. Bad news told everything. 100% accuracy. Officer T. Ward knows. He told everything. Cheese in the chat, please. Cheese in the chat. Gorgonzola, mozzarella, all of that. Gonna have to reach out to FYBJ Maine, let him know about the tattletelling and battle rap. Battle rap is a haven for the snitches. I do want to put that out there. You know what I mean? Clone told everything to Told on Ape Gang, said it was a record label, misled the battle rap public. Shout to Clone. You know what I'm saying? He sat there. He ain't even get no food. He just told everything. He owes knowledge of foot. Cheese in the chat for bad news. Cheese in the chat. He got up. He knew that body cam was on. Officer T. Ward ran up to Officer T. Ward. Turn the camera off, please. Number four. Sorry. I do want to put that out there. People are like, yo, why you going in on bad news? Because he told everything. All right, we're going to get to the topic. But before we do that, everybody real quick, he told everything. 100% accuracy. Officer T. Ward knows. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, I do want to say this. Shout out to Angry Fan. He is uploading videos on the Angry Fans backup, so go ahead, subscribe to that. You know, and he ended up doing an interview with Easy the Block Captain, right? I think Easy the Block Captain and somebody else is up there, and Easy's kind of talking about this a little bit more in depth, you know, about his feelings towards everything. And, you know, Easy is saying, you know, all you had to do was just tell me what was going on. We could have, you know, figured out an arrangement so you can still complete your obligations. Somebody said Miss Hustle's got a ghostwriter. She does. Super chats. She does. Danny Meyer sent them bars out. She used like 2 lines. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But Easy the Block Captain said, you know, like he would have just worked it out. You know what I mean? Like all he had to do was just tell him about it. And, you know, for Easy not to get a phone call, it's troubling. You know what I mean? And we heard Ice's original response. He put some bars out, you know what I mean? And then he says something like, yo, like you said I was just, you know, no hard feelings. I know we battling and all of that is just business, but you said I was just C option. Won't you go find your A and B option and make that happen? So, you know, Ice still throwing shots, saying that he was more than prepared. I think he said he had like 4 rounds, you know, so I don't know. But he made the decision to do the Cameron situation. So as far as I'm hearing, I guess the Cameron event somehow got split up. I don't know why, what happened. And so it was just out of nowhere that, you know, Head Ice had to do, you know, complete his obligation with Cameron. But at the same time, having an obligation with Easy the Block Captain, you know, so and then Ice just decided not to do the battle with Easy and to complete the obligation with Cameron and not reach out to Easy or tell him anything. Easy had to find out by third party. I think it was the sponsor that reached out to Easy, you know, and from all of this, Easy don't even want to do the battle no more. You know, and you can understand why somebody wouldn't want to do the battle anymore, especially when they're not being notified or called or told anything. you know, and you got people flying in. Y'all, like, people gotta understand, like, people are spending like upwards of $1,000 to fly in from different places to see, you know, these artists, you know, and then when something like this happens, it's just, you know, you're out, you know, the fans lose out. If you're the league owner, you lose out on a venue, you lose out, you know what I mean? You probably even got something structured so you can have pay-per-view, right? You know, all of this is issues, travel, plane tickets, plane fare. I think Easy said something along the lines of like, yo, he had like 4 or 5 like different hotels to where, you know, nobody was using them. You know, so I don't know. Shout out to Ice. Ice was in Alaska recently. You know what I mean? I don't know what was going on with that. Shout out to him. I went to Alaska before. Alaska was boring. I went to Skagway, Ketchikan, and Juneau. It's very, very boring when I went there. Shout out to Alaska anyway. A lot of whales out there, you know what I'm saying, in the ocean, you know, all of that, mountains and all of that, but it was boring. But so we're going to look at what Head Ice is saying, right? Head Ice is talking. He's a little bit upset. You know what I mean? Let's listen to what Head Ice is saying.
Y'all gotta understand, man, this is business, never personal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all out there just talking and running your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
He said it's business, it's not personal. A lot of people out there talking, just running their mouth. If it's business, you know what I mean? Hit Easy the Block Captain on the business, you know, tip like, yo, this is business. This is what I have to do. You know, like what arrangement can I made an obligation to you guys, you know what I'm saying, with this event. You guys are marketing and promoting, you know, everybody talking about it low key. It's not big marketing, not big promotion, but you know, Easy did go on the J Black channel. A lot of bloggers been mentioning it, you know, so it is some sort of promotion in some aspect. Easy's been dropping a lot of flyers and stuff on Twitter. You know, people been helping them retweet stuff like that. So there is some promotion, like, you know, involved, you know, so it is business. So, you know, but let's listen to what he's got to say.
Let me give you something to ponder on, though. If I didn't do what I did on them DVDs, a lot of y'all wouldn't even have a job right now. It wouldn't be no bloggers. It wouldn't be people inspired to be.
So is that true? If Ice didn't do what he did on the DVDs, would there not be any bloggers or media? What y'all think about that? I don't know. Maybe he did something different that I'm aware of. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll end up explaining that or something like that. I don't know. Shout out to Ice. I don't know. Like when I look at battle rap, I have, and this ain't dissing them or nothing. Like I've never heard anybody say, you know what I mean? Like you know, I've been watching battle rap because of Ice. I always hear it's Hitman Holla. It's, you know what I'm saying, Verb. It's, you know what I'm saying, people like, you know, Murder Mook, Jay Mills. Like these are the people I hear. You know, the, you know, diehard fans, like who they got involved, like watching in battle rap. This is what Arsenal. This is what I hear. I never have ever heard anybody say, you know what I mean, like, yo, Ice. And, you know, people going to tell him that, you know, when you go around the battler, you know, these people, like, they say things like that to, you know, I guess fluff up the battlers. You know what I mean? But, I mean, it's Mook. Mook is like the Michael Jordan. He's the logo of this. You know, so I feel like if there was no Mook, if there was no, like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, then yeah, like battle rap probably would be in a different space. You know, or Cassidy and people like that. Like, y'all remember when Cassidy, we gonna get to all of this in a minute. Y'all remember Cassidy was on that, the DVD or the tapes, like battling Freeway? That was a big deal. Like, I remember everybody was like trying to watch the battle. Like, that was big back then. You know, so that, and then, you know, Mook trying to battle Cassidy, all, like, that's what I remember. You know, but Ice is in, you know what I'm saying? It's like what Tupac say, like living like a dawn in my own mind type thing. Like, I don't know, maybe but he's in Harlem. Like in Harlem, he's a legend in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe some people feel like he's a legend like elsewhere. And this is not taking anything away from him, but, you know, just, you know, that's how he thinks he's the reason. You know, Reed Dollars, you know what I mean? Young Reed, Southwest representative. When it come to Philly, I'm stepping up to the center, got that all black, like Reed. You know what I mean? Like, people like that is like, I feel like laid the foundation for everything. You know, and this is just me being like, 100% with it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Ice, people do remember Ice. You know, I just don't hear, like, when people say I started watching Battle Rap, it's because of Mook and stuff like that. But we're not going to discount Ice was the Lions Den cats, the Goods, the Loaded Lux, you know what I'm saying, all of that. But if Ice, you know, is he the reason why bloggers can blog? I don't know, man. You know, but this is what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I've been doing this since '08. I'm giving back to the culture. You think I'm worrying about being in battles and all that like that? Nah, I'm trying to make sure I leave my mark. I already left my mark.
Then why accept the battle? And I'm not being disrespectful or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, bloggers can either do it a couple different ways. We get, you know what I mean? Be disrespectful. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, why, if you're not interested in battles, like, you're not interested in that, you're interested in securing your legacy and all of that, which, you know, cool, you know, but you still had an obligation to easy to do the battle. You know what I mean? So that's still like in play. You know, like you got people waiting, you got an event going on. Like, being upset about the media talking about it, like, if everybody's been talking about this event to some capacity, right? Every blogger's mentioned it. You know, in some capacity, you know, people on Twitter mention it and try to support whatever way they can, and to support Ice as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if we being real about it, this is not a battle anybody wanted to see. I did not care about when Easy booked this battle. I was like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking in my mind, why did he book this battle? He got other stuff coming up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, why do this battle? And he's even addressed, and this is not to say Ice is trash or nothing like that. I'm just like, yo, this battle doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? For them to be doing it. But to Easy, he had him in the top tier disc, so to him, he feels like it makes sense. So, you know, people are saying things like, yo, Ice, you know, you might be the underdog. This is your, you know what I mean? Your time to shine. You can come back, and you know what I mean? And this is a great look. I've said it like multiple times, like, yo, this is a really good look for you to come back to Battle Rap with an easy to block captain. You know what I'm saying? I've said it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's not like, you know, people are trying to help both of y'all with promotion, because it was a serious lack of promotion, like with this battle. First of all, people don't know why it's being booked. And then the lack of promotion with it as well is kind of just like making the fans lose interest. And I was going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I was going to buy it to support it. So, you know, and I've already allotted time, you know, like on my weekend, you know, at least this event, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch and see what's happening. Ice does well. I'm going to get on the camera and be like, yo, Ice is wilding. You know what I mean? Easy does well, same thing. You know, so I already had in my mind I was going to watch the event. You know, so it's not like people just coming at you for no reason. People wanted to watch this. You know what I mean? To support y'all.
I'm stamped in this game, man. I'm trying to do better for others before we do leave out, because this shit is dying fast. We the last of a dying breed. You should be thanking me. Real spill. But you
said it should be thanking him. What?
And all that like that. Nah, I'm trying to make sure I leave my mark. I already left my mark. I'm stamped in this game, man. I'm trying to do better for others before we do leave out, because this shit is dying fast. We the last of a dying breed. You should be thanking me. Real spill. But you will, though, soon when you see what's going on.
He think people should be thanking him.
Like I said, I put money in 16 battle rappers' pockets. And I plan on putting money in more pockets. It's just going to get greater later. You know what I mean?
Said he put money in 16 people's pockets. But I mean, Easy was putting, you know what I mean? Him and the sponsor, they just put money in your pocket, other people's pockets as well. They wanted the event to happen. So whether or not it's good that, you know, you're helping people get their, you know what I mean, their names out a little bit more. I don't know where this is. Like, this whole Cameron situation is going on with Head Ice. Maybe Cameron's going to promote it later. I went to Cameron's Twitter, and Cameron has mentioned, not his Twitter, but Cameron's IG. And Cameron has literally said nothing about this. I went to his story. There is nothing about this on his story. I went to his IG post. There is nothing about this on his IG post at all. Nothing. So it's like, if you would have done the battle with Easy the Block Captain today, like, people would still be talking about it. You know what I mean? You would get more visibility. At least, I don't know what you're going to do with Cameron later. Maybe it could be something later. But I seen like the kind of the production of what you guys are doing with the Cameron situation. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. It looks like quarantine battles. Whereas, like, if you would have battled Easy the Block Captain, it would have been a production. You would have got whatever you needed to get off your chest. He would have got whatever he needed to get off his chest. Easy is super viral. Whether or not people want to give him that or not, he is. A lot of people are still, if I type in Easy the Block Captain's name in the past week, there's probably at least 20 bloggers talking about him. You know what I'm saying? In entertainment, they still are talking about him, Remy, Papoose, this whole situation. So now you got an opportunity with this whole new information that has come out to talk about it, if that's what you wanted to do for the angle. So that would have, you know what I mean, shot you to different areas. You know, so I don't know, man. I seen Cameron had ice out before when he was trying to sell something on the street, you know, but I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, is this situation really worth burning a bridge, you know what I'm saying, with trenches? Now, if Cameron's going to lift you up, make your career great, like, you know what I mean? That's one thing. But if he's not, you know, what was this for? You know what I mean? Just to be able to say I worked with Cameron before, I worked with a legendary street dude like before. Like, what was it about? You know what I mean? I don't know.
He hate the new love. It is what it is. They all nice. Drop the N off that. They all ice. It's never going to change, man. I am battle rap. You just got to stick and live with it. It is what it is, man.
Basically, I screwed him over. Y'all going to live with it. You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do about it? Y'all should be thanking me. Like, I have a history with Lions Den. This, you know what I mean, is gives me the reasoning to be able to say screw a contractual agreement. Even if it was like a verbal agreement, it's still binding. If Easy wanted to be petty, like, he's like, battlers are lucky, like, these artists or whatever is not petty. You know what I'm saying? Because they could sue. Like, if you causing losses, you could be sued for that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. What y'all think?
And toes down, my shit is planted. This shit like the Walk of Fame, because I'm in there. I'm in the Hall of Fame. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of y'all going crazy over that. Best rapper in the world. No, I don't post stuff like that. That was sent to me. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, because if they all nice, to drop the N off that, they all ice, so.
And yeah, he would like to a lot of people be in the Hall of Fame, like the Harlem Hall of Fame or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe in battle rap, they feel like he may be in the Hall of Fame, but as a Hall of Famer, you got to set an example. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, when it comes down to business, you know, this is how you handle business. Like, this is how the GOATs handle business. This is how the Rushmore artists handle business. This is the people that's been around a long time. This is how we handle business. You know, because you guys are, you know, if, you know, you got to lead by example. You guys are the elders of the game. You know, so this is not anybody coming at Ice like, oh, you corny, you know, like, nobody's doing that. Nobody, like, people just saying like, yo, this is a situation. It's kind of messed up to not even hit Easy the Block Captain up and let him know what was going on. He could have made, like, there could have been an arrangement. Like, they could have maybe even battled later. At least Easy could have got the footage from the situation. Now you got people saying, oh, this Ice ducking. Did he think he was going to lose? You know what I mean? Did another entity step in and try to get the battle to be stopped? I said in the previous video that, yo, Beezy and smacking them cannot do that. They know not to approach him with nothing like that. So that's not the issue. So is the issue was just primarily the Cameron thing, and did Cameron just pay like crazy money? You know what I mean? Because Ice said he had a hand in putting it together. But still, even if Cameron paid him a lot, let's just say Cameron paid him $10,000 to do all of this. Cool. Let Easy know, yo, I'm getting paid like a lot of money. Yeah, I'm kind of going back on my word on this contract. And, you know, I just want to let you know, like, this whole situation got scrambled up. I'm involved in this tournament. I'm not just a contestant. You know, I got to do X, Y, and Z. Like, how can we fix this? You know what I'm saying? And then that would have been better. And then now you wouldn't have a situation where you may have 3 or 4 rounds that's going to be going to waste. Easy's got 3 rounds that's going to be going to waste. Fans out here, you know what I'm saying, upset. They didn't pay money. Then, you know what I'm saying, then structured their day around this battle. And then they're just like out of luck. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the comments say.
I just did what I had to do for what I do for me, man. Hated to love it. Hated the new love. But y'all gonna love what I got going on, though. Shout the killer and shout the old.
He said I had to do what I had to do for me.
With 16 contestants that participated in this. I look forward to working with a few more of you. Matter of fact, a lot more of you. Even you newcomers. You heard? I should never know, man.
He probably, to be real, man, he probably should have just left this whole thing. Like, the first response, let everybody say what they got to say. It'll be another news, like something else is going to happen in news, you know what I mean? And just let this die out, man. Like, because there's no way to really be right in that particular situation, you know? And I don't know, maybe somebody got disrespectful with him in their opinion. You know what I mean? This is a situation where bloggers can get crazy, like when artists are doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what this is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Easy should have been, like, Easy should not be sitting out there. You know, him trying to do, you know, him and the investors trying to do business, and then now nothing is happening over this Cameron situation. Shout out to Cameron, but, so this is what I'm seeing, right? Shout out to y'all. See if I can show y'all this. So this looks like, so it says the killer countdown, Shuni versus Bonnie dropping soon, right? This looks like quarantine. You know what I'm saying? This looks like a quarantine battle. And not dissing them, I'm just saying this looks like a quarantine situation. Let me speed it up. You know what I mean? Shuni the rapper. This is like quarantine. So how major can this get? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, hopefully they can figure it out. But I mean, virtual battle. Who's gonna watch a virtual battle though? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it can be a big situation. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But I don't think in no way you can, like, you know, like I'm a Lions Den cat. I've been around. I'm a legend. I'm the reason why y'all can blog. Like, that don't, like, you still like no show the battle and didn't even let the league owner know what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Now, I do want to say this, right? So shout out to DNA. DNA did an interview on 15 Minutes of Fame, and he's talking about battle rappers are too friendly. You know what I mean? Rob was kind of going off about it, saying like, now nobody wants to talk stuff. Everybody's super cool. The competitive nature of battle rap seems to be gone. DNA is kind of backing that. You know what I mean? I don't know. What y'all think? I do feel like, honestly, it's too political, and people are friends now. That's what it is. They won't battle you until you become cool. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You know, does that need to change? I feel like it does. Like back when we were watching battle rap, people were talking crazy to each other. Now all we see is like people sitting in the same room, dapping, hugging it up. Yeah, you know what I mean, that's all we see now. You know, and it kind of makes the diehard fans like lose the, you know, that nostalgic feel for the sport. Now, like some people that are fly-by-night fans, They might see it in passing. They might catch a battle on YouTube or something. They don't know the history of what's going on between the artists. They don't know if they friends or not. They don't care. They just see a battle popping up. You know, so it doesn't really matter to them. But for us, like the diehard fans, it's just like it's hard to even try to promote anything. Cause it's like you start promoting, next thing you know, they chilling in the car, riding around together. You know what I'm saying? You like, and then now you got battlers rehearsing. You know what I'm saying? Using other battles bars and all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is crazy. You know what I mean? Ghost, shout out to JC. JC spoke on that in his recent battle. But I think it is becoming too friendly. And I think one thing that hurt it was the teams. You know, like the NWX, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. And, you know, it was just the gun titles and all of that. Like, I remember when, and this is no disrespect to Rock and them, but when Chef Trez came to the URL, I'm like, yo, Chef could battle Rock. This would be crazy. And then he got into gun titles. You know what I'm saying? Which could help or hurt you, right? But it kind of just like, took that away, and it's like Chef was dangerous at that time. He had the three of them things, you know, so it's like, man, I wanted to see that, but then they clicked up. And then the NWX situation, which I would say with NWX, at least all of them battled previously. You know what I mean? So but it's just, battle rap is friendly. It's super friendly. Everybody's in the same gang. Nobody, you know, and then even when like people ask predictions of battles, that's why like when battlers do predictions on big channels, like it does like 500 views, 1,500 views, maybe 2,000 views max on a prediction, because nobody cares what a battler has to say about a prediction because they're going to be biased. You know what I'm saying? It happens a lot. You know what I mean? Hollow the Don, shout out to you. He's like, oh, well, he said something about me. The other person's going to win. Yo, Hollow is hilarious, bro. But it's you know, everybody's biased. Everybody's got nothing but nice things to say about each other. But, you know, they become colleagues. They've been in the game too long. You know what I mean? I feel like that, you know. But I don't know. Is that ever going to change? Probably not. You got new talent, you know, coming in there, but they are starting to understand the political game. If you want to get battles with some of these legends, you got to be friends with them. You know, and they're seeing some of these guys get battles early on with some legends, and they seeing how they play, and it's like, yeah, it's not really worth marketing and promoting. You get somebody might do it, market and promote, and then you got artists say, oh, I don't want to battle him now. Like the competitive spirit may be gone. You know what I'm saying? From a lot of people. Some people still have it, like the Hitman, he still got the competitive spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Geechee still has a competitive spirit. I say Rock still has a competitive spirit. You know what I'm saying? Some people do, you know, but I think far and wide it's starting to kind of dissipate. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully things change with that, but it ain't gonna change. And you know, I'm kind of like with Rob. We make money off y'all going back and forth. So when we see everybody being nice, it's like, no, this is terrible for business. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Shout out to Ice, man. This ain't dissing you, man. If I was you, I would just let this go. You know what I mean? Just let it go. It'll be another topic. Because it's going to be difficult to win that argument. Like, even if you come out dissing somebody in the blog, you dissing people, you still, like, no-showed a battle, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Bad News told everything. Sorry. Officer T. Ward knows battle rap is a haven for the snitches. I do want to put that out there. Cheese in the chat, please. Cheese in the chat. Gorgonzola up in this. Cheese. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know. Somebody said, hey, PIPERBOY. Hold on. I'm not, you ain't even super chat, but I'm going to read this. Somebody said, PIPERBOY, you scared of Ice? Do you not remember me putting an ether blog out on him? Like, I'm not scared of no artist, no battler, no nothing out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't include me in that. It's one thing about getting a message across, and it's how you get a message across. You don't always have to be disrespectful with messages to get them across. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do, though. Sometimes people want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace. And subscribe to Angry Fan's backup page. Shout out to Angry Fan. I'm out, y'all. Peace.